You might just fall in love with Xbox this February, what with all the epic anime RPGs, supervillain actioners, and pirate adventures that we've got coming our way.
So let Henry and I show you everything that's coming this month.
Well, when it arrived back in 2006, Persona 3 revolutionized the series by combining classic monster battling JRPG gameplay with a social sim that made getting coffee nearly as exciting as fighting demons.
Well, we've come a long way since then, Henry, and Persona 3 Reload allows players to enjoy the game-changing adventure with all of the upgrades and improvements that more recent entries in the series have enjoyed.
I do love a bit of a modernization, and you know what? It's a real best of both worlds situation, which kind of also describes the game itself. You spend the day in the regular, boring human world, attending classes and getting to know other characters, but then you get to head into the strange realm of the Dark Hour to take part in these really tight turn-based battles.
Persona 3 Reload will be locked and loaded as of February 2nd, and best news, coming straight to Game Pass.
Yeah.
But that's not the only bit of anime action coming our way on February 2nd, Henry. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash will also come crashing onto Xbox.
Nice. I've heard that one's based on the popular manga and anime series, and it's a 2v2 fighter that has players trading blows with dark sorcerers and cursed spirits as they dish out one paranormal pounding after another.
The roster features 16 different characters for players to choose from, each with their own specialized weapons, abilities, and specific brand of gothic weirdness.
The fights are fast and furious, with weird supernatural stuff flying every which way, so Xbox Series X and S players will really appreciate those smooth 60 FPS frame rates.
The heroes have turned into villains, so the only sensible thing to do is to send the other villains in to stop them. At least, that's the plan they're going with in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, seems a bit questionable, but whatever.
You got a better plan?
I suppose not. But I mean, this one's launching on February 2nd, and it's a third-person action shooter that lets players loose on an open-world version of Metropolis, playing as the likes of Harley Quinn, King Shark, Deadshot, and Captain Boomerang.
Each character has their very own fighting style and travel mechanics, giving players loads of room to experiment and opening up all sorts of strategical possibilities when they team up online.
I mean, with a live service aspect that promises to keep Metropolis stocked with a constant supply of bad guys and awful events, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is the must-have game for all you aspiring supervillains. Just stay away from us, I suppose.
Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden stars Antia and Red. And hey, they might just be the ultimate odd couple. He's a ghost hunter and she, you're not going to believe this, is a ghost.
Saw that one coming.
Oh.
But it's also a third-person action RPG that sees that unlikely pair trying to make it work by journeying through a vast, fantastical world and battling all sorts of paranormal terrors along the way.
Sounds perfect for Valentine's Day then. You can play as either character, calling on his conventional weaponry and her eerie talents.
Yeah, but it can't all be ghost-busting fun though, as you'll also be faced with a series of heart-wrenching decisions that can alter the fate of Red, Antia, and the rest of their world.
Arriving on the 13th, Banishers is a moving tale of love and sacrifice that's just perfect for some Valentine's Day gaming.
And as an extra Valentine's Day treat for all you sweethearts, one of the most iconic trilogies in all of gaming is coming to modern platforms with this gorgeous new Tomb Raider remaster.
I'm so excited, Henry. For the first time ever, all 3 games are going to be available along with all their secret levels and expansions. That means there'll be an incredible number of tombs to raid, each of them filled with puzzles to solve, treasures to recover, and all manner of ancient beasties to shoot to pieces.
The whole thing has been given a slick visual makeover too, but if you prefer the nostalgic feel of those pointy polygons, you can also switch back to the original visuals whenever you like.
On the 15th, Game Pass is serving up another hot bowl of gaming goodness with Plate Up.
You know, our Overcooked fans are gonna eat this one right up. It is a chaotic cooking simulator which has players building a restaurant from scratch and trying to turn it into a culinary hotspot.
You're not just in charge of cooking the food though, you'll also have to plan out the menu, design the kitchen, and do pretty much everything.
And sure, while we all have heard bad things about what happens when there are too many cooks, you can tag in up to 3 friends for some local co-op. Yes, chef.
Just not Benny. Don't invite Benny.
Never Benny. Not after last time.
Nautical crime fans looking to plan their next voyage should plan to set sail for Skull and Bones on the 16th.
This is a third-person action RPG that lets you make waves in an open world that is awash with deadly pirate hunters and terrifying monsters.
Oh dear. Take to the water in a range of different ships and engage in thrilling naval battles as you balance risk and reward in pursuit of that sweet, sweet loot.
You can sail solo, or you could just tag in some crewmates, and there are also PvP options for those who prefer a more cutthroat approach to multiplayer.
I love the movie A Knight's Tale. So, I have very high hopes for King Arthur, A Knight's Tale, that has you sitting at the head of the round table. That doesn't make sense.
It's round.
Anyway, you're in charge of the Knights of Camelot in a game that cleverly blends turn-based tactics with a traditional character-driven RPG.
Yeah, so gather your knights and then send them out on missions, improving their skills and upgrading their gear as you go. But just remember, you also have to manage the person underneath the armor, settling their squabbles and managing their precise personalities to keep everyone happy.
King Arthur Knight's Tale will arise on Xbox Series X and S on February 22nd. But what knight would you be from the round table?
I'd rather be Merlin.
I'm Galahad.
This one is undisputably one of gaming's most celebrated stories. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is making its grand return on the 28th with a shiny new remake.
This epic fairy tale sees two young boys striking out on a grand adventure in the hopes of finding a cure for their ailing father.
They're going to face all sorts of obstacles along the way, but if you combine the older one's strength with the younger one's agility, either by yourself or maybe even in local co-op, you might just make it towards a happily ever after.
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons was hugely acclaimed on its original release, and with the new version's totally rebuilt visuals, re-recorded soundtrack, and modernized gameplay, it's going to be better than ever.
All right, let's close out the month with another retro favorite that has been beautifully revamped: Star Wars Dark Forces. Yes!
In this first-person shooter, you control a crafty rebel operative who's managed to infiltrate the Empire and uncovered their horrifying new Dark Trooper project.
That underlying story made for some stunning battles way back in 1995, and now they are even more cinematic with high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting, and upgraded gameplay.
So prepare for all the pew-pewing you can handle when the Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster arrives on the 28th. How they've managed to fit so many great games into the calendar's shortest month, I just don't know.
Well, it's a leap year. They've got an extra day to do it. So, well, you guys could hit the comments to let us know which ones that you want to hear about most, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.